Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Mike Perez, aka GMike, and y'all already know what it is, baby. Back with another episode of the Jeep Perspective. This week, bringing on a new guest, Cbas Mattar, a comedian out of Miami, currently living in Austin, doing his thing over there with open mic and all that good stuff. We go into the Miami Heat on how they're trying to close in into that sixth spot of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Then we jump into the Miami Dolphins and what they've been doing this offseason and making their improvements for next year and the years to come. And then we go into Cbas's career in comedy. It's a dope episode, very interesting, very informative, a lot of new things coming to light. You can catch it on all podcast platforms, streaming platforms, YouTube, and now the Varsity Sports Network.org. Follow me on my social medias as well at Twitter at GMike Perez, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at GMike Media _. Please like and subscribe and leave some comments if you guys can. But enjoy the episode like I did, and let's get it. Cbas, my boy, how you doing?
What up, bro? I am living large. I'm living great, man. Heater up right now, so it's a good day. It's a good start to the day.
Yeah, facts. The Heat right now, they're playing the New York Knicks in a must-win game for us. My dog repping the Jimmy Butler. That white, that new white
Shout out
the
to
mixed
my boy
match.
Gabe, boy. He got it. This was a bachelor party gift. We had a little ghetto bachelor party, so he got me this as one of the presents. So shout out to Gabe.
But he gave you that, like, I was like, oh, you're gonna be one of my groomsmen, so I'm gonna give you like a little something.
Nah. It was like, so I just got married now at the end of December. And
Congrats.
Thank you, bro. And we were in town. My wife and I were in town, and we were like, oh, we got to do like a little. I was like, bro, I don't want to do a bachelor party. Like, that's not me. Our wedding was super like low budget, crazy, last minute. And I was like, I don't want to do a bachelor party, guys. And we just kind of did like little Miami shit. We went to Top Golf. We went to Barracudas. We went to Flanagan's, and we ended up at a strip club. And my buddy gave me this as a gift. Like, I didn't have any best man. I didn't have groomsmen or anything like that. We didn't really do a traditional wedding. So he just got me. I put him in charge of the bachelor party because I was like, all right, you are the one I trust most. I don't want to. I don't want no craziness. I don't want to hear none of this. We're gonna be out till 5 a.m. and we're gonna be going like, no, bro. Like,
I'm old, Pablo. Fuck that.
Bro, I heard rumors of a potential Molly or something, and I was like, oh no. I said, no, dude. I'm trying to be in bed by 11:30, bro. Like, please, no.
I got work in the morning.
Yeah, I was like, nah, fam. So my boy Gabe, who was in charge of it, he ended up getting me this jersey as a gift. So I was like, oh, for sure. You know, this is the second time I've worn it. I got it some Flanagan's rib stains on it.
Oh, damn.
On the first day. Yeah, I had to take it to the dry clean, but
yeah,
it's
bro.
clean now.
Okay, good. You got to get that out of there. You can't have that.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, right now the Heat are not wearing that uniform right now, but if they would have, I would have said you would have been their lucky charm right now playing against the Knicks. The way we're playing right now,
bro. I mean, it's been hard to close these damn games out. We haven't closed games out for man. We can't close damn games out. We're like home, away. It don't matter. It doesn't matter.
No, and it's great that you bring that up because that was one of the questions I wanted to ask you. Why is it that we cannot close out these games?
Bro, I don't know what it is, bro, because it's kind of like, listen, I'm going to start with this. I'm not, nor do I claim to be the sports analyst. I kind of read a few headlines, I hear a few numbers, and I word vomit back what I processed in my brain.
Okay.
Whatever Stephen A said that morning that was cool,
it's
I'm gonna
legit.
Repeat it. Yeah. Shannon Sharp, I'm going to repeat it. You know, Will Masso tweet something. Okay. So that's where I'm coming from. So I'm very like,
okay.
But I mean, bro, we didn't really change this team that much from last year. There hasn't been like, oh, now we got Jimmy Butler. Oh, now we're playing with Bam out of like, no, like this was the same almost core that took us to the finals in 2020 that we lost to the Lakers, and we still have them now. And we had a great run last year, and now it's like, who are we? What's happened? I mean, like, I don't know if it's our shooting, our defense has gone through the ground. Like, that's no question. Like, that's why we can't hold leads, because our defense isn't letting us hold leads. Like, we're just getting sloppy. Our turnovers are crazy. Like, it's just, I feel like we're getting pushed around when we're playing. Like, teams are doing what they want with us. Mm-hmm. And it's like, bro, in the fourth quarter, like, come on, bro. So it's just frustrating. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know if it's like, did we switch our rotations? I don't know what the looks we're getting. You know, are these teams that much better? Is it a locker room thing? Like, it's to that point where you kind of look at like, oh, maybe it's because they're not listening to their good luck song before they go out into that's what they did last season.
Pepas.
Yeah, like, oh, I can't stand that song. And the fact that we play Pepas in front of families. It's a song about ecstasy in front of families at a heat wave.
It's all about the beat. It's all about the beat and the melody.
Oh my God, bro. It literally is all about that, because I was just like, this is the epitome of why I left Miami. The 2-minute anthem at Miami Dade, not even FTX, Miami Dade Arena. But I mean, bro, I really don't know what our slump is as far as like specifically in closing out games at the end in the fourth quarter. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, man. I'm not no coach. I'm not no GM. I'm barely a sportscaster. But I'll tell you right now, man, I really think that teams are just exposing our undrafted players. Max Strus, Yurt Sefferson, however you say the fuck his name, Duncan Robinson, they went from being elite players 2020 and even last year, not top of the line elite all-star caliber players.
No, but they weren't no chumps.
They were no chumps getting pushed around, not playing defense, getting scared on these wide open looks and not making them. And that's what it's turned into this season. In the beginning, in the first half of the season and a little after, it was all about our scoring. Our scoring was trash, dumpster like. And now it's picking up now because Jimmy is on a tear. He's like, oh, you know what? I'm not an all-star this season. Okay, I'm going to show you. Bam has been having a great year. I can't take that away from Bam. But Tyler Hero went from 6 men of the year to barely making the block. Like, bro, I don't know what's going on with him. And then it's a trickle-down effect from there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been, and then the whole thing with Kyle Lowry, was he injured? Was he going to get traded? Did we want him? Did we not? You know, like, was he going for Westbrook? It was just like, what the hell? I don't know. There hasn't been consistency. I don't think, again, I don't know if I'm right in saying this, but I don't feel like we've had much of win streaks this season.
We have not. We have not.
We've been on losing tears. I know that, but like, we haven't had consistency. We've had the Lowry mix up, and I do, just because of my boys, I always write in the group chat about like Spoelstra's changing the lineup consistently. Like, he's always experimenting with different lineups and different rotations, and
the injuries too,
right, for sure. And I think, you know, that's a big part of it. But like, man, we just been ugly to watch. Just ugly. I try to watch as many games as I can. Like, a lot of times, another reason why I love comedy. Another time, a lot of times I watch sports while I do comedy, because I'm either at a sports bar or I'm somewhere sports related. But I also stream the games on my phone.
Yeah.
So, since I don't have a lot of friends out here, I just go into a corner, put the game, and I'm just there, like, watching the Heat game on my phone or whatever. So that's how I've kept up with them. But we have been hard to watch, bro. It has been some like, yo, is this the same team? Like, we didn't really change anything. But,
and
if we got to get it together, this is the time to get it together.
Facts. And going off of what you just said, out of those games that you watch, right? You're watching the games. You're drinking a little beer. You're doing this and that. And you because you're a smart person, a very intelligent man, and I know that you're dissecting the game. You're looking at the game and you're like, "Yo, what is our issue? What do we do good? What do we do bad? What is it from the games that you see that you like or dislike about our play?"
I mean, I think dislike more like than anything, just because the past few games I've watched, I forgot who we playing that we kind of, I think it was the Pistons. That we
I think that
was
was
it them
on
that we won?
Sunday.
We beat by like
Sunday.
10 points,
Yeah, yeah,
and like that game, it just had a little life of like, oh, this is what we look like when we're on a roll. Like when we got it flowing, that looked good. But what I have noticed a lot, and I could be making this up, but from the games I have seen is like turnovers
yep,
that we were not doing last season as consistently,
yep,
and getting out rebounded. Like, especially when it comes to defensive boards, like an offensive rebound for the opposing team, like we're getting bullied down there. And it's just like, bro, like people are getting points in the paint, people are getting the second chance opportunities. And like we're between the second giving up second chance opportunities and turnovers, like, bro, how many extra shots are teams taking? How many more looks are they getting just off of those two simple things? You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like even if it translates to 15 more looks, dude, you knock down half of those shots, you're looking at an extra 16 points, even if they're 2 pointers, like 16 to 21 points just off those looks, you know? And
Yeah.
how many times are games decided by a point? Two. I think we had like 11 games decided by less than 2 points or 2 points or less or something like that
Hmm.
that I saw on Sunday night's statistics. But it's just like I think those two things, the turnovers and the getting boards, again, I could be wrong, bro. We could be the number one best rebounding team right now, and I'm looking like a complete ass.
No, no,
But
no. You're right. You're right.
that's
100%.
what I've seen. I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like those two things, aside from obviously, I don't know, shooting more effectively and shooting better from the field and things like that, obviously. But I think, yeah, I'll just say the turnovers and that getting beat on the glass.
Yeah, I think for us, it's more of the consistency level. So we're in a league right now where teams have the big three or the big four and all that stuff, or the big two, and we have Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and Tyler Hero, who are supposed to be the forefront leaders of our team. We can't get them on a consistent basis to score 20 points each and to play great defense. It's either Jimmy's having a great night and Bam has an average night and Tyler Hero has a good night, or the other way around. Bam is having a great night, so Jimmy takes a step back and he stops trying to attack as much and this and that. And I just feel like it has to be all three of them trying to attack, trying to be leaders, trying to rebound, trying to stop the team on the opposing end to stop those turnovers. It has to be all together every single night. It can't be, oh, you know what, you're doing nasty today, I'm gonna take a step back. No,
Right.
because when you look at the statistics on how, because like I said, our scoring is what was really our like Achilles heel in the first half of the season and 2 weeks after All-Star game. We win. Our record is 26-10 when we score 100 or more points. So
Dang.
imagine if we get up to that standard. Right now we're 36-35, if I'm not mistaken. I'll check it right now, but we're the 7th seed, 39-34. So if we win 26 and lose 10 games over 100 points scoring, then that means that the reason why we're 39-34 is because those other games we're not getting to 100 points.
Right.
So it's like our offense needs to be more consistent and more consistent with scoring for sure.
Right. 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 Yeah. No, I definitely. It's just. I mean, it sounds simple. Like, I mean, it's pretty much basics. Shoot more baskets, make more buckets, get more points.
Yeah.
But we're obviously having some form of like lost in translation with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Facts.
Bro, are
Facts.
you? I'm sorry. Is that music coming in through the mic? The Mexican music?
The Mexican music. Let me see.
Dog, I have the loudest neighbor's front door. Like
Nah,
my
I don't
front
hear
door
that
neighbor.
shit.
No? Okay, because like, dude, They be waking me up. They be loud as fuck. And I know I'm not being racist. I know they're Mexican. This is 1000%.
Yeah.
I walk my dog here, you know. But yeah, they put the music so goddamn loud, and like they love to clean. Like one of the neighbors loves to clean his car like at 6 in the morning with
6 in the morning, bro.
with the music blasting. I had to come down. I live on the 3rd floor. I came down. There's a wooden fence that separates our apartment complex with theirs. And I had to come down, bro. And I was like, yo. And he can't hear me, obviously. His music's too fucking loud.
Yeah.
And I'm like, señor. And like he turned around and I'm like, lo puede bajar un poquito, por favor. And he's like, oh, sí, sorry. And like whatever, he lowered it, but I was like, dog. And it's anytime you think you're finna get a good night's sleep, bro, you'll hear some shit come out the neighborhood, and I'm like, oh my god, bro. So I heard the music in my headphones, and I'm like, oh my god, bro, these motherfuckers are going at it right now.
They're going at it right now. Damn, bro. He's washing his car right now, 9:34.
Always, bro. I swear to God, it's like the Miami follows me, bro. Like
you can't get away from it. You moved away, you can't get away from it, bro.
I'm telling you. But then again, here I am watching Heat games and having the jersey. It's like, why don't you stay in Miami, fucker? You know?
Hey, cost of living, bro. Cost of living. That's the first thing.
Nah, there's nice people out here in Austin, bro. I'm cool. I'll take these liberals over, whatever Miami has to offer us. I'm cool with it, man.
Pablo, it's all about the money, though, bro. In Miami, you're paying an arm and a leg right now for
no,
rent.
I mean, granted, for sure, but it doesn't help that the people here are nice. Like, people be asking you how your day's going. Like,
that's fire. That's fire.
My apartment complex, bro, they give you free coffee. You have they have like a whole selection of coffees and shit, and like the other day they had like energy drink day, so anyone can go into the office and grab like a C4 or a Red Bull or this, and then they do like little events. But white people shit, man. I'm telling you, it's fucking great out here, bro. I love
fire though. In fucking Miami, you're gonna get vete pa la pinga. Just get the fuck out of here.
Bro, when I lived in Miami, funny side note. This is the same apartment complex that Jorge Masvidal grew up in. It's
fire.
Yeah, it was Palm Court. It was right there on Northwest 82nd Ave and Northwest 8th Street. And it's right by not International Mall. Well, it used to be Malls of America. I forgot what the name is now, but pretty much Malls of America.
Yeah.
And he grew up in that apartment. And bro, those apartments were built in the 80s. They were horrible. They were so old. And like there was one elevator for the whole apartment complex. So like, bro, people used to cut you off to get into the complex and not wait for you, like not hold the door open for you. Or like the parking spaces were so small, people would just like park over the line and not let you get into your parking spot. It was just a mess, bro.
Yeah, and sounds like some Miami shit.
It was super Miami, and they raised the rent. So like technically we are saving here like I think $60 from what we would have been paying in that apartment. And like here we got a gym, we got a pool, they let us use the grills, they got like a workspace area, bro. It's like, no, bro, 1,000. Not only is the living better like money wise, but your money goes further here. Yeah. Like what you can do is
that's what you need. More. You need that, bro.
Bro, so much fun. There's so much shit to do out here too. Like not to sidetrack, but there's a lot of shit to do out here.
No, but you need that to sustain, bro. You need that.
Yeah, sure. Bro. Yeah. Shit, it's a close game. 100, 103. Oh, I'm on a delay. Never mind. You already saw the next three plays.
Right now, man, Miami's trying to sustain, and right now we're in the 7th seed. We are half a game behind Brooklyn, who's in the 6th seed. We play New York tonight. If we win this game, we will be over and we'll get the 6th seed. But as of how it's standing right now, and it looks like Miami might take this game, but obviously it's the NBA. You never really know. The way it's looking right now, we are in the play-in. We have a chance to make the playoffs officially. We make the 6th seed. But how you see us playing and how things are going, and with us having 9 or 10 games left, do you see us making the playoffs, the play-in, or miss it all entirely?
I think we got the playoffs. Even if it's through the play-in, I don't think we got. I I mean, a lot of things would have to go right very quickly if we're gonna be uh in the finals. And by that I mean like threes going down when they're wide open, not getting bullied on the boards, bench picking up the slack when we need them to, counting on them, having the again all consistency, issues that we don't have that we had before. But I think strictly, even if we get in through the play-in, I think we have a little dog in us that'll take us like 1 or 2 rounds. But then after that, oof, it's gonna take a lot of prayers, I think, more than the dog in us to get us into the thirds and the final rounds. So I think we definitely are shaping up to get into the playoffs, whether that means through the play-in or that 6 seed. Which let me just ask you. So if we were to get the 6 seed, we would be playing Milwaukee, right? Because it's 1-6.
No, we would be playing Philadelphia. This is 3-6.
Oh, got it. 3-6, 1-2. No,
1-8, 2-7, 3-6,
okay.
4-5.
I'm looking at the top. I'm looking at the top 6. I forgot it's the top 8 and the play-in. Got it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that's the best case scenario for us right now.
That we play Philly.
That we play Philly instead of Milwaukee and Boston, because I don't see us like even making a fight against them.
I mean, 4 games to win 4 games against Boston. Oh,
That's and the way that Milwaukee's playing right now, with Chris Middleton came back, shooting lights out, and Drew Holiday playing the way that he's playing, and Giannis always been a super freak, another MVP type year. Like, I don't see us winning 1 game against Milwaukee for real. Boston, maybe 1, but Philly, I think Cleveland is who I want. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think New York's gonna drop out of that.
You're not scared of Cleveland?
I'm scared of Cleveland, but compared to Philly, Milwaukee, Boston, Cleveland is our best bet. 100%. Has to be.
I mean, I definitely don't see that. You want to talk about consistency, the Celtics and the Bucks. And I mean, Bucks more than the Celtics, but like they got depth, they got, bench, they got starters. Like when you were talking about the getting like we should be expecting 20 points from these individuals every night. It reminded me of the Big 3 era. Like you knew you were gonna get at least 20 apiece from Wade, LeBron, and Bosh.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And those assists were gonna be high. That's what the statistics were gonna change from player to player, but the bar was gonna be met by all the players. It was just what number was going to change in what stat line. But yeah, like, Milwaukee's bench is so deep. I don't even know who the bench is, and I already know like they got a deep bench.
No, they do.
And
they do. Way
Boston,
deep bench.
Boston's always giving us issues, and like they stayed true to their colors. You know what I mean? Like we were neck and neck with them last year, and we were talking that smack like, we should have gotten it. If Jimmy would have made it. Like I kind of go like, well, it shouldn't go down to that shot. I get what you're saying, but like the winning team don't let it go down to that shot. And they are what are they, second in the East?
Second in the East, yep. A game behind. Well,
you know what I mean? Like they're showing consistency. They're showing that they really are who they are. And the Heat, it's hard to make a case for them because it's like, the first few games of the season, you're like, oh, well, the season's new. And then, you get an injury and you're like, oh, but he's injured. And then you start saying things like, all right, but the All-Star break. After the All-Star break, we got
fucking facts.
And now we're like, all right, bro, we got 10 games left. If we win 6, and maybe we can get the play-in. And I fucking hate it. I hate it.
Yo, Heat Nation, bro. Heat Nation. Heat in 5. Heat in 5.
Bro, 1,000%, man. And I'll be trying to rep my Heat jersey, my Heat stuff when I go out into like doing comedy shows and shit. I'll wear like a Heat hat or a Heat this, but like when they lose, it's like a tough pill to swallow. I'm like, come on,
Facts.
Come on, man.
Yep, it is. It is, man.
Yeah, I mean, I see us playing. I don't know how far we'll get. I see, I agree. Philly, I think in the playoffs, we tend to have their number. So, and then fucking PJ Tucker a little bit. So that'd be nice.
Right? That boy can't score 10. I need him right now for one of my parlays to score 10 points after the All-Star break. One game, score
That's
10
it,
points. One game, and he still hasn't done this shit.
bro. Has he played 10 minutes? I don't
Bro,
even know how
dude, he
many
plays
minutes
like
he played.
15 minutes a game, bro, and he can't make 10 points, bro. Fuck
Man.
cocksucker. Shit pisses me off. But yeah, man, we're playing the Knicks right now. We're up on it. I'm not gonna say the score just in case. I know you're watching it too as we do this. But right now
Yeah.
we're up by a bit. 4 minutes left. It looks like we could close out this game. We need this win, like I said. Try to get over the hump on Brooklyn, get that 6th seed going into the playoffs. But it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be neck and neck for sure. A lot of excitement and another thing of excitement, bro, because I know you big time Miami Dolphins fan, so I know
Oh,
you
bro.
hype, bro. I know you hype, bro.
Um,
Real
listen.
quick, before we get into everything, before we get into anything, you can say what you want to say right now, but just let me know how you feel about getting Jalen Ramsey. Let me know.
Oh, bro, that's crazy. That's still like a stat. Like that's still like a headline that I'm like, did we really do this? Like, is
Huh?
this for real? Like, we got Jalen Ramsey? Like,
You're
it's
looking at
so
that shit like
wild.
this. You're like,
Like when I saw it said rumored, and then I saw my boys group chat, like everyone started talking about it, and I was like, how? Because like in my head, I'm like, all right, again, I'm not like I don't know all the ins and outs and like the contracts and how much these guys are making, but I know Jalen Ramsey's in some debates is the number one cornerback in the league. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
in
I
some
know
debates
that
for
I
sure.
know that debate can be had. So I'm just thinking, well, in my rational brain, that costs a lot of money. So when I saw the Dolphins sign him, I'm like, what the hell? How did we even have enough money to sign this guy? Like, well, is it? And I read it and I was like, oh, it's probably one of these, like, oh, he has his top favorite teams he wants to play for and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah,
And it was like, no, like this, he was with us. And I was like, yo, what? It's still surreal. Like, it's still surreal when we got like that superstar on there. Cause like, dog, that's a superstar.
yeah, facts. It's like back in 2011 when LeBron said that he was gonna come to South Beach, bro. I
Yeah.
remember watching Channel 7, which is a news channel here in Miami. That not here because I'm not in Miami, but in Miami that we watch, and everyone going crazy. Them showing videos of people at the bars at the beach.
And
I
he
what
that
used
Flanagan, you
Yeah,
LeBron.
oh, LeBron. They were going wild.
Never seen a
So I'm
basketball game in their life.
literally. And I bet the same thing was going on for Ramsey, bro. Because like you just said, man, he debatably the best corner in the game right now. He's gotten
Right.
older, obviously, so he's gotten a little slower and stuff like that. But he's gotten more intelligent, which could help out a lot with Xavier and Howard out there and that whole defense, try to make him click and stuff. So I think that pickup right there, that trade that you guys did for Ramsey, that was incredible.
I
Incredible.
mean, on some Pat Riley shit, you know what I mean?
Literally.
Like they made some chess moves out there. That was
Yeah.
wild. They've been
Yeah.
playing chess for a long time.
Long ass time. They be getting L's for a long ass time.
I mean, hold on, don't
No, that shit was like this.
no pump the brakes, man. We took a bunch of those last year too, bro. I was so hyped. I said, we got Tyreek Hill. I said, we got Tyreek Hill. Nobody's gonna beat us.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna use them. Hail Mary every play, like Madden, bro. Just Hail Mary. He's just gonna burn everyone. Nope. Now what happened? And we was hot, boy. We was hot. I remember when I saw Tua take that hit in Cincinnati. I was with my brothers in Arizona. We were doing a brothers trip. We was all excited, so excited. And then, dude, I took a piss. I came back, and there was, Tua, and I was just like, and it just took the wind out of all our sails. We were like, "Yo, what?" And then the rest of the season happened, bro. I was so hyped. Those first 3 games, I was like, "Yo, we're on top of the world, baby."
Literally,
And
yeah.
then we did booty, 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 and I said it. I was not gonna get hype for this season. Like I was like, "No, bro, I'm not gonna get hype until the first game off our bye week." I'm not giving in. I'm not giving in. I can't do it, bro. I can't take it. It's so frustrating, bro. I watch these games. I get mad. I get emotional. I'm like, oh, bro, first 2 quarters were looking good. And then I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro. And you block off that time, bro. You don't get that time back. Sit there and
Facts.
sad.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, bro, I'm gonna give you some words of encouragement right now. This year, I'm gonna call it right here. This year, Miami is gonna be top 5 in defense and offense. Their team is gonna be fantastic. You guys will probably win the division. It depends on how Buffalo plays now with some of their players let go. Stephon Diggs is still in the air of being traded or not. Um, they did pick up some pieces at the running back position that they probably need, and I think they're gonna get Ezekiel Elliott. But
That'd be dope. That'd be
yeah,
dope.
I think they are. I think
Sucks
they
for
are.
us, but it'd be dope for the team.
But even then, Miami's gonna be a team to mess with, bro. I'm telling you, you guys are gonna be nasty this year with that new defensive coordinator that you guys got. Your offense was great, phenomenal. You just
but
Tua can't get those concussions, bro. Tua can't get those concussions.
That's what I'm saying, bro. How do I get excited when the season lies on one bad hit? I can't, bro. And I don't know if I'm like negative Nancy because my boys make fun of me all the time about it, but like I didn't believe in Tua before we drafted him, and I didn't watch him play college or none of this. All I knew is the dude had an extensive injury report and had hip surgery at like 20. Like that should not, your body should not go through what it's gone through when you're only gonna play stronger and faster men. You know, like that's the one thing I've ever heard from any college sport athlete, well, specifically in football, that goes like, dude, the speed of the game is fast and the guys are bigger, you know, because you're not playing with 22-year-old guys. Facts. These are grown-ass men.
Yep.
So I'm just like, how can you get, I mean, bro, I can't, the dude hit his head on the turf too hard and almost died. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny here. These are just the stats.
Facts.
You know,
yeah.
This is all I'm saying. So, like, to get excited because I go like, bro, we're not saying like he needs, if he pitches a no-hitter, he's gonna die. Like something that's not very common. You know, we're talking about like this happens every game in the sport. A concussion. And like you're like, think about it, like, man, that's a dope ass car, man. Them rims are fire, like the paint job is dope, but you ain't got no motherfucking engine because it got a concussion. Like, what the fuck?
They took it out of there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how am I gonna get excited to see this parked in the driveway? Like, no. So, like, I don't know, bro. I didn't think we should have passed up. Granted, I did not know who Herbert was and what he would become or who he would become. But I still didn't think it was smart to draft to trade up or trade down for, what did we do? We traded up for Tua. We gave up our pick and we passed up on Herbert and picked up Tua.
You guys, I think we're at the 6th spot, and then you went to the 3rd, and then that's when you got Tua. Yep.
Right. So we traded down essentially, but like even from, I never agreed. Like I never thought that was a good move for the product we were gonna get. Again, consumer, producer, like what are we getting? What are we looking at? And I'm just like, these are damaged goods. And at the position he's not a freaking field goal kicker. He's a quarterback. So, bro, as great as the offense is, I just kind of go like, bro, big question mark in that quarterback position, man. One slight tumble and you got a Pat White situation. So,
yeah, man, because it's like when he's on the field, he could be a top 10 quarterback in this league. His accuracy is on point. The only thing that would take away from him is his long ball, but his accuracy is on point. He's very intelligent. He could scramble out when he needs to. He's a lefty, which, in my opinion, gives him more of an advantage. Other people will say other people will say otherwise, but whatever it is, what it is, it's all about the fact, can he stay healthy? Because that's the best availability, is you being available to play. And if he's not available to play, that's why you guys signed Mike White as a backup. He's a good backup out of the New York Jets last season. He's a good backup, but you want to have that player that's going to be out there all the time, leading your team to wins, putting points up on the scoreboard, because that's what he does. He can do that. He just needs to stay healthy. He needs to stay healthy.
Dog, 100%. When it's clicking, it looks great. Like there's no like when we played Baltimore, that game was phenomenal. That second half was crazy, and I would
Yeah.
watch that all the time. But that's not the case all the time. And I just kind of go like, bro, I don't know how to feel because at the end of the day, you need a quarterback.
Yeah.
Like bottom line, no matter if you got the fastest wide receiver and you got the fastest, running backs and safest offensive line, nah, bro, you got. And then when Shannon Sharp was talking, making fun of him because he said he was going to take judo to learn how to
Yeah, yeah,
fall, he's
yeah,
like, "You are a
yeah,
grown ass man. You don't know how." I was like, I can't argue with that logic. Like
you
he's
cannot.
making a point.
You cannot. No, and it's like, okay, you're gonna learn how to fall doing judo, but what you think you're gonna fall the same exact way that you would in judo? No, man. You got these 300-pound men coming at you with a 4.9 fucking speed. Like you
No, that's a
think that's gonna
car.
happen?
That's a car crash.
Literally, bro.
No,
Like,
thank you.
no, man.
No.
It's not gonna be the same thing. Learning how to fall is not gonna be the same thing, bro. It's just he's just gotta hope that he don't get hit in the head, man. And that's tough. And that's tough.
And that right there is why I cannot get excited about the Dolphins because I go like, if they get that one bad hit, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Facts, facts, man. Well,
I mean,
hopefully that
I didn't think they were gonna pick up his fifth year, to be honest.
you didn't think that was gonna happen. Blue sea bass.
No. It's
Oh,
trying to
purple
get it.
now.
I fuck with the purple. I like the purple.
Okay.
Um,
I see you. Purple rain, purple rain.
I did it. I didn't think they were gonna. Honestly, I don't know because I thought a big part of me thought like maybe Tua's gonna retire in the offseason and be like, hey, you know what? I talked to my family and like I got endorsement deals and I can still make this money on the side and thank you. And he's still on his rookie contract, so it's not like he's giving up. I really don't think nobody's gonna be dropping like 30 mil a year for him. I don't see that happen.
No.
But maybe I'm wrong. I mean, that's why I'm sitting in an office desk. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not playing football. But I thought there was a good chance he was going to go ahead and hang up the cleats in the off season, but he didn't. And we picked up the thing, and I guess now we're just gonna have to wait and see. Do you remember? Did you ever watch the movie Not Another Teen Movie?
Yeah.
You remember the lineman that had concussions before?
Yeah. And then he got hit with the football while he was laying down. Felt like
that
fucking
is
died.
Tua's counter. That's what Tua's counter looks like for next season.
So the reason I think, because they haven't come out and publicly said it, but the reason I think that they picked up his fifth year, they're like, you know what? He did nasty for us last year when he was in the games. Obviously, when he was not in the games, we lost 3 in a row, and then later down the year, he still had that concussion protocol, but he was still going to games and play. But you saw it kind of fucked him up, and he wasn't throwing the same. That Green Bay game, he got a concussion.
Yeah.
But no, they don't want to talk about it. But when he came out in the second half, he threw 3 picks and he only completed 1 pass in the whole half. So it's like that plays a trickle down effect. But I feel like they're like, okay, you know what? We're gonna give him a chance. We're gonna pick up his fifth year instead of going out there to try to pick up a quarterback because there's like 11 other teams that needed quarterbacks at that point. Now it's different. There's probably like 6 teams that need quarterbacks. But they're like, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna not give it to him. Then we're gonna go out and look for a quarterback who's gonna try to put up the same numbers as him when they're healthy, and or if not, try to go in the draft and draft. No. So you know what? We're gonna give him the fifth year. We're gonna give him the $20 million. We're gonna hope that he stays healthy. He could take us to the playoffs. Hopefully, go further than that. Try to make a Super Bowl run, and then if he doesn't stay healthy this year, he doesn't prove that he can stay healthy. Next year, free agent market, pick up a quarterback.
Right.
Yeah. I think that's
and I think that's the safest bet for both sides.
Yeah. I mean, for him, for sure, it's the safest bet. That motherfucker got to take whatever the hell he got to take. $20 million, $20 million. But
yeah, it makes sense what you're saying though. Like the team gets to, you know what? We're not spending a bunch of money. We're not throwing in a multi-year contract. We're not binding ourselves to a lot. we still have an answer if need be for the time being.
Mhm.
And then if we do get into a situation where this is going to be a problem, I mean, worst case scenario, let's just say like by game 9 or game 8 of the season, it's like this shit ain't going to work out. Take your money. We're not resigning you, and let's see what moves we can make to free up some space for a quarterback, or maybe Mike White or whatever Mike's name is. Mike Green,
Mike White, Mike White.
Mike White. Fuck. Mike Green is the sports analyst that used
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
on Mike and Mike in the morning.
yeah.
But yeah, that's why I go like I think that's the best case scenario. It makes sense on why to pick him up and have him there, But I mean, yeah, bro, it's hard to get fully invested in it again. Like part of me was like, oh my god, as soon as I left Miami, we gonna make the Super Bowl. What the hell?
Fuck, I
Like
need
I
to go
should
back. I
have
need to go
never
back.
left. I was so pissed because when I worked with them, I was a hype man. I ran the flags, I did all of that. So I was like, nah, bro, not when I leave. Like I'm gonna have that stink on me. No one's ever gonna want to watch a game with me. They're gonna be like, nah, bro, they started winning when you left.
Yeah.
So,
You were the bad glue, black glue.
bro,
Get out of there.
and bro, you know what's crazy? Did we end up with the same record or like one game better than when we had Flores?
Yeah. Yep.
It's just like that's so crazy to me. Like a head coach who was trying to just dismantle the team, which obviously we didn't find out till after of like all the drama that was going on, still ended up with the same record as a Mike McDaniels. That's what made me go like, oh. I think that's even harder to take. Like that's the hardest L to take. It's just like we did all that and we ended up in the same spot. Like,
Yeah.
damn.
But off of that, I would say that you made major improvements on the defensive end. Remember,
Yeah.
Mike McDaniels is who said, fuck them picks. Let's get Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Traded away 2 players for Bradley Chubb. You guys got Bradley Chubb, and then you got Jeff Wilson, which is a great piece that you guys added también.
Yeah, we did.
And then now Jalen Ramsey. Because remember, before Mike McDaniels, Flores was trying to get picks. He did all he can. You guys, in 2020, you guys had like 3 picks in the first round or some shit like that.
Yeah. We had crazy amount of picks.
Yeah. So he was doing good on that part of trying to get picks, trying to make the team young and this and that. But Mike McDaniels is trying to win now.
Right.
Now.
And that's the bottom line.
And that's the bottom line. He did those trades because obviously those trades don't go through without the GM and in the front office and all this crap.
Right.
But he's the one making the plan up like, yo, we need to get these players to come over here.
Right. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm not excited for it. Of course I am.
Yeah,
and I know I'm going to tune in on Sundays, bro. And I know I'm going to talk my shit. Like, I know
always.
that.
Oh.
But I do kind of go like, I don't want to get too excited.
Yeah, I feel you. you. Right now, like you said, bro, you're just a healthy quarterback away from becoming an elite team in the NFL.
I was really hoping we would have gotten like a Derek Carr or like what's this cat's name? Jimmy G. I would have been happy with Jimmy G. I was like, you know what?
Jimmy G's good.
He ain't the greatest, but you know what? He's gonna be a quarterback that can work with this offense. And bro, my biggest thing is not letting the offense go to waste. So again, going back to Tua's health being in question, why waste an offense on a questionable quarterback? That's why I was like, get Jimmy G, who is not going to be top tier. He may not be the savant that Tua is, but like, you get to eat the whole loaf of bread. You don't got to throw away half of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was my thinking of it. But of course, we didn't have the money to, like, if we would have gotten a quarterback, it would have been a bad look. And we would have had no money to make all the moves we've been, because I mean, like, Jesus, we've made some moves.
Yeah.
And everybody's like taking pay cuts, 1-year deals, 2-year deals. Like, people are like, yo, I'm willing to play in Miami at whatever cost. Mm-hmm. So it is looking nice. It is looking dope, but I gotta protect my heart, girl. You know what I mean? Gotta protect my heart.
It's looking sunny in South Florida, ladies and gentlemen. It's looking sunny. No more rain.
Don't look down the street though. It's raining at the next light. It's Miami.
That's the thing about Miami. One side is beautiful blue skies, and then the other side is a fucking hurricane.
Hey, did we win? I see Tyler Hero's in the winner's circle.
Let me see.
I think so. My stream just ended.
Checking this. It's 127, 120. Let's fucking go, baby.
Okay, very
Needed that.
good. We
We
needed that
needed
dub.
that, baby. We
Oh my god.
needed that. Let's see
Oh
how
my
much
god.
Jimmy got. Jimmy
Oh my
got
god.
35, bro. Ah,
Ahora estamos
shit.
los
But
Miami Heat. Los
Locura full
Miami
time.
Heat.
Locura full time. But look, this
Oh
is the
my
shit I'm
god.
talking about, though. Jimmy with 35, Tyler Hero with 22, Bam with 15. Binga, bro.
Yeah.
We can't have this in the playoffs, bro. Can't have this in the playoffs.
I'm trying to see here.
Bueno, the Dolphins do look good. Hopefully, they could keep this momentum going. Try to win these games in this upcoming season. Try to get you guys further into the AFC playoffs. Last
Mm-hmm.
last year, I think you could have beat Buffalo if Tua was playing 100%. I think you would have beat
Dude,
them.
those Buffalo games were such a heartbreak. Even
Yeah,
the one we played at Buffalo in the
the snow
snow.
one. Yeah, yeah.
That fourth became the 12th man. I mean, in the fourth quarter, that Snow became the 12th man on the field. Like
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
that was so what a heartbreak, bro. Why get me there? Why get me there to then just drop me, bro?
Lost by a field goal. Crazy. Crazy.
No.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a good year for you guys, bro. It's gonna be a good
It
year
is,
for you
it
guys.
is.
Keep that positivity, trust. It's gonna be a good year. You guys are gonna make the playoffs. Hopefully, go deeper. Maybe Super Bowl, baby. Maybe Super Bowl. Who
I don't
knows?
know. I
Who
think
knows?
Tua. We need to start sending Tua some on it, some focus factor, some alpha brain, shroom tech.
We
You
need him to go
know,
on Joe Rogan and talk to
I
Joe
needed
Rogan.
chirotherapy. Stop learning how to fall and learn how to get in the chiro chamber or whatever it's called, and sauna, and better padding. Maybe if you put a do rag underneath the helmet, there's a little more cushion for your falls. I don't know what to tell you, Tua, but jump on all the supplements. That's what we got to do. Tua's health is our number one priority.
Number one fucking priority for the Miami
For the Miami
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Yeah. And before we get out of here, my dog, you mentioned it a few times. You're a comedian right now, and I congratulate you on the journey you're on and will be on for a while. Um, comedy, bro. Comedy is a great like career industry, if you may say, to like try to figure out yourself. I would feel, or do you think not?
Yeah, bro, 100%. First of all, thank you, bro. I definitely appreciate the kind words, especially you. You're one of the rare people that I can talk to that you saw me clowning out in school in class, like
Facts.
not on some like I want because I didn't even know I was gonna be a comedian at that point.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But like you saw me like in my rawest, stupidest, idiotic, obnoxious form of just being in front of the class and making an ass out of myself.
Literally.
you know, and like roasting me, roasting others, like what you were talking about earlier when I roasted you about, the ways you were sweating and like all that. And it was just kind of like the things that I kind of go like, damn, like it's crazy to think that it was right there in front of my face the whole time. So, I mean, it's super dope. I personally say that you get to learn about yourself. I don't know, in my case, it's like different experiences or like, maybe I'm not as friendly as I thought I was, or I'm super judgmental. Maybe it's like, I don't know, it's just a lot of different things. And it also puts you in different situations in life. Like I went to New York early on when I started doing comedy just to go do open mics. And I went to like some super rinky dink little tavern to watch the Celtics versus Cavs finals in the Eastern Conference. And I ran into some people there that like I know for a fact I would have never ran into. I would have never gone into this bar if it wasn't for comedy, because I stopped on my way from comedy. So I just happened to pop in there because it was in my route.
Yeah.
And it's like that in a lot of stuff where like I've been put in places and I've met people that I'm like, oh, I'm sure if it wasn't for comedy, I would have probably never spoken to you or gone to this restaurant or found out about this place. So it's really dope, bro. Like not only am I learning about myself, but I also feel like it's a tool to learn about the world. Learn about, because it comes with traveling. You learn about business when you get to that point where now you got to worry about the business side of it. And like if you get merchandise and you become an ambassador and you have partnerships with companies. So like yeah, I learn about myself, but it also lets me learn about like the world and like how the universe works when you're doing something you're passionate about, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, and I wanted to ask you, like, because obviously you figured out this passion, and there was a way that you started that was like, you know what, I want to get into this, and this is what I want to do, and what I want to do for the rest of my life. What was that break off point that you knew that this is exactly what you wanted to do?
So I think that question starts with like I knew I wanted to do something in entertainment. I always wanted to be like originally a radio host. That was my thing. I wanted to be a radio host and be a radio personality. That's where it all stemmed from. But when I knew that like this is what I want to do was I did comedy for a year and then I did no comedy for a year. So in 2 years I only done one. And this is when I was working on Colada time. And I was listening to, I had no idea. I knew Joe Rogan was from Fear Factor, and I knew Joe Rogan did comedy like maybe the 6 months before that or something like that. Because I had heard his set on a Pandora playlist while I was in Atlanta. So I didn't really listen to the Joe Rogan Experience or anything like that, and I did not know of Joey Diaz. But for whatever reason, I think I had just started listening to Rogan, and Joey Diaz was on, and I never heard of him. And you know who he is,
Joey Diaz, I've heard him on the Joe Rogan Experience. I think
right?
I've
So
seen him.
Cuban
Yeah, on
American
yeah,
comedian, very funny, very relatable. Me being Cuban, I'm like, oh, I'm naturally gonna gravitate to this guy.
yeah.
And then they start talking about like, oh, do you remember going to this open mic? Because they've been doing comedy for like almost 30 years. So they're like, you remember going to this open mic? You remember this place? I remember that place. And like, I don't know what it was, bro, but I was just sitting there and I was like, damn, like I got the itch. It had been a year since I had been on stage, and I was like, damn, I got the itch to go back. Like, so I start, thinking about writing. So I kind of just write some things down. And then next thing you know, like it all happened like in like 27 hours or something like that. It was like I was listening to a podcast. I got the spark of inspiration. I started kind of jotting down some thoughts. Then I got messaged on Facebook. Hey, are you still doing comedy? Like out of the blue, somebody was booking me for a show, and I was like, yeah, of course, I'm still doing comedy. And I was like, fuck it, let's do it. So
Book me now.
yeah, and I did that, and then my cousin hit me up, and my cousin's a pastor, and for whatever reason that day, my cousin was like, like humor is your gift or something along the lines. Like it all happened so fast, so quick, and like almost to a point where it was like, this is not a coincidence. And I was like, man, I took a year off of comedy at that point. Like I don't know if I could say that I thought I was gonna go back into comedy, but at that point I was like, all right, fuck it. Like this is just what we're gonna do now. And I think that was that big push in of like, if you're gonna do it, you're doing it type shit. And I was like, I can't go back to like not doing these rooms. I can't go back to not going here. Cause there's a room in Coconut Grove called Taurus,
Okay.
and it's a wine and whiskey bar. So they have like tons of little selections. It's an old dive bar too. Like this started off to be like a dive bar, and it gets really raunchy. And one night I went there. This was my first year doing comedy. It was a Thursday night. I did this place, Artistic Vibes. Love them to death. First open mic I did was there. But it was super friendly. So everyone there does well. Oh, good job. Good job.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
was good.
yeah.
That was good,
It's not
right?
the real competition, the competitive act about.
So
Yeah.
then some comedians are going to another spot named Taurus, and I'm like, oh sure, like I'll go, and I go there, and like I got 5 minutes at Artistic Vibes, and when I got to Taurus at 1 in the morning, they're like 3 minutes. You're getting the light at 2, and it's a bunch of drunk people, and I was just like, oh my god. So I did that show, and then I don't think I did comedy again for over a year. So when I was listening to the Joey Diaz Rogan podcast, and they were talking about these rooms they used to do, and like the really tough ones, I was like, damn, I bitched out from Taurus. Like, damn, like, fuck it, I gotta go back. And then I ended up going back, and like, long story short, I went back this past December, and I did a Thursday night show there. And I mean, it was dope. It was dope. I didn't crush, I didn't obliterate, but like for the crowd that it was, I had them rocking and rolling with me. I think I did like 12 minutes. My boys went to go see me, and they were like, bro, that shit was dope, man. Like you can see your growth. So I kind of came full circle with that. But Yeah, that moment I was like, when I realized I got bitched out of like comedy because of Taurus, and like I gotta go back. I think that was a moment that I was like, all right, this is what we're doing now. Like this
Yeah,
is just gonna
yeah,
be what it is. How you gonna make money? I don't know, but is we're gonna figure it out.
yeah.
And and then just a quick side note, like when I went to go see Sebastian Maniscalco, you ever heard of him?
No,
All right, Italian comedian, highly recommended. Love this guy, super funny.
he has a special
Very,
on Netflix.
he's got three, I think, on Netflix,
I think I know
and
what you're talking about. He
the
has like
fourth
spiky
one.
hair.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah, yeah.
spiky at the
Hmm.
front, bro. You got to watch the one that's called "What's Wrong with People" or "Aren't You Embarrassed?" Those are the ones that I'm like, okay. I think "What's Wrong with People" is like Dave Chappelle's "Killing Them Softly" of his catalog, where it's kind of
Ooh.
hard to top that. Like it's his Pimp Chronicles, Uh,
What was he
but
wearing in that? That guy
in
Sebastian.
that one, he's wearing jeans, a black vest, and a black button down.
Yep,
Like
yep. I seen it. I've
super
seen it.
dog, great. And then "Aren't You Embarrassed" is where he's wearing like the magenta long, like a magenta long V-neck. So it has long sleeves. He's got a V-neck, and he's in
I
Chicago in
haven't
that
seen
one.
that.
That one's fucking hilarious too. But um, fuck, it happened again, bro. I was talking about Maniscalco
My bad.
because
I cut you off. I just wanted to
no,
know.
it's all good, bro. But we were talking about Maniscalco. So my girl got me tickets to go watch him at
Yeah.
the BB&T Arena. And when I went to go see him, and he was coming to the end of his hour, which he did a complete different hour when I saw him live, which was the Stay Hungry tour. It was the same tour that he did on Netflix, but it was almost like a brand new hour. Like this guy had so much material that he gave us like 20 minutes of the actual special and worked on other material throughout the rest of the show. And he was on
Yeah.
stage for like an hour and change. And I remember him talking about his family and his uncle, his grandfather who was passing away, which reminded me a lot of how my dad passed away. And I saw the way he made it serious and joked and laughed and made fun of his family and himself. And I was like, bro, I'm always going to be this person. Like, it's not about having a microphone and a stage and the audience. Like, no, this is who I am. I'm always going to make fun of somebody. I'm always going to joke, throw fun at myself. I'm always going to look at the light in the situation. That's never going to change. So if that's never going to change and that's going to be who I am, why would I stop myself from pursuing comedy at a higher level where I can make money for just being who I am?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it ain't all about money. 7 years of not making sustainable money, I know it ain't. But
We try to make it about money. God damn it.
we'll let the money come to us. You see, that's the problem.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
chase the money. You're not supposed to chase it. It's supposed to come to you. Because when you
Facts.
chase it, it gets further away. I heard that like on a Tony Robbins thing or something.
That sounds like some J. Cole shit.
Yeah. I heard some. I know it's somewhere there. It was Jimmy Butler. But yeah. So that was one of those moments that I definitely went like, oh, this is what I'm doing forever, just because this is who I am. Like I'm not trying to do this.
No, yeah. No, and I can relate to that because when it comes to sports broadcasting, like it's just I go and play ball when I was living in Miami, the tropical park, and we would go like 3, 4 times a week, go over there, hang out with the guys, talk about the sports that are going on. When I go to a restaurant, I'll talk to some people about the sports that are going on, my boys, my family. So I'm like, yo, man, if I'm doing this every day for the free and I love doing it, why not try to, like how you said, try to not chase the money, but like let me try to make a career out of it, out of
Right.
the passion that I have for it. So
A
yeah, no,
hundred
I
percent,
see what you're
bro.
saying.
Yeah, man. And you can't have these conversations with everybody too.
Oh,
Remember
of
that.
course not. Of
A
course
lot of
not.
people
Of course
don't
not.
want to have these type of conversations.
No, and like you probably have a similarity to it. I don't know what it is. Maybe you'll tell me after this. But like I have people when they ask me, like we have a casual conversation. Oh, what do you do? Blah blah blah. I always say, oh, I do sports broadcasting, but I work in other places as well. Blah blah blah. And they're like, oh yeah. They try to test your knowledge. They're like,
Right.
for example, oh, what was the score of the Miami Heat's game last night against the New York Knicks? They try to test your knowledge and they try to
Yeah.
come at you because they're like, okay, so if you really are a sports broadcaster, let me see what you know. Do they do the same thing in comedy? They're like, oh, like for example, like, oh, tell me a joke. You're like, well,
Yeah,
it doesn't
bro.
work like that. It doesn't work like that.
Everybody be wanting to say like, oh, like, tell me a joke. What's I think it's a little different with sports because you could say something like, yo, what was the score? Like, who's the leading this? Like there's no real statistic like that. But to be fair, I will say that it's like comedy in the sense that people see this, meaning like comedy and sports broadcasting, and go like, I think I could do that.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
they're not wrong because like that's where the thought comes from.
But it's not as simple as they think.
Of course, everyone wants it to be super. Oh, I could do that. I could do that. I'm like, really? You can go on stage for 5 minutes in front of a room full of strangers and get them to laugh at you.
That's
like
tough,
with you,
bro. That's tough, bro.
Literally, any group of people you're meeting here, your first job is make me laugh. That is the number one thought. The minute you hit the stage, people are looking at you. How do you dress? How'd you walk up? You have a drink? How's your tone? Okay. All right, what are you talking about now? Like, all right, cool. Make me laugh. Make me laugh. Like, that is how people go into it.
And keep them interested también.
Right. It's Miami helped me with that muscle, bro, because Miami's like, it's all about me. Make fun of me, anywhere you go. So I couldn't do material the way I can do material here. I had to do the crowd work. I had to be like, yo, mommy, you with the red heels, yada, yada, yada. Like, oh, who let you out the house? And boom, you got to roast this person and talk about that person. Because if not, they're like, oh, are those jokes? All right, let me look at my phone. Let me,
yeah. Literally.
No, bro, I'm pulling fucking teeth, man. I'm pulling fucking teeth.
Yeah.
But it comes with the territory of doing what we're doing, where people look at it and kind of go like, I think I could do that.
Yeah, facts. Well, before we get out of here, because we've been going for a while now, and it's been a great conversation for sure. And even before that, we had a whole hour of another conversation.
For real, absolutely.
But before we get out of here, are there one particular story that you can remember, crazy story, that when you went up to go on stage and perform, of something crazy happening in whatever club or place that you were at?
Man, all right. So I was thinking about this, and like I don't have any crazy story that jumps out to me. Like I'm sure shit's happened.
Yeah. Like that you don't remember at the point or something.
Yeah, but like one of the most recent, and this definitely was up there. If it's not the craziest, it's definitely up there with one of the craziest things. So I did a show out here. It was an open mic night, so I think it may have been like a 2-0 Wednesday. And it's cold, bro. And it gets cold. Granted, I'm not in Milwaukee, so it's not cold like Milwaukee, but we ain't in Miami. It's just cold over here.
Yeah, it's different for us. 100%.
Yeah, I'm bundled up. I'm layered and shit. I got my beanie. So it's one of them cold Tuesdays. And like, here's the thing. So at these showcases, at these open mics, it's like 20 to 25 comics deep. So if you get there 2 minutes late, you're looking at the difference between being called up 6th and 16th. Wow. Just by them 2 minutes, bro. Trust me, I've been on both sides of those 2 minutes. And whatever, it's an open mic. Like, of course, the open mic's not taking place inside the bar where it's warm and sustainable.
It's in the back. It's
outside where they have like it's the stage has its back towards an intersection. So it's all outdoors. And you can see the cars. Literally, it's like stage, sidewalk, cars. Like it's right there. So we're seeing there's open air, there's cars coming and going, and all of a sudden, and I think this was like 2 people before I got called up. All of a sudden, a homeless guy just starts walking into traffic. Like,
oh, hell no.
All of us comics, like the comic on stage can't see what's going on behind him because he's facing the opposite direction. So all us comics are like, yo, what the hell? Like, is that a bum just walking out on the street? And like, we're not talking, but now it gets.
But he could see you guys like.
Is that a bum?
Yeah.
Is that a bum? And then the guy lays on his back and he just lays in the middle of the street. Now people were honking, right? This guy's like, run me over. Yo, wild. I'm like, is this happening, bro? They got 2 police cars, so now there's sirens and lights going off, and like it's just chaos. And bro, an ambulance came, they take the guy. Next thing you know, I'm called up. and there's like 7 people in the audience that are not comedians. They're all in their own world of like, did that just happen?
Trying
Like,
to look
what?
at the news and see if they come up. Oh, I just saw that. I just saw that.
Bro, either that or people are just jumping back into conversation like that didn't just happen. Now I'm on stage and I'm like, what the hell? How do I even go on stage after this? Like after what I just witnessed. And dude, I try to make a reference towards it, but they were so lost and out of it. And I just bombed so hard. But I think that was one of the craziest moments where I was like, is that fucking oh, okay. No, I got now I thought
You got no one
more. I'll make it quick. All right, so there's a show here called Kill Tony. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
No.
You heard of it? Nah. All right, here's the gist of it. Very famous comedian, Tony Hinchcliffe, bunch of other comedians are guest judges, right? It could be Joe Rogan, it could be Ron White, it could be Roseanne Barr, whoever, right? They have a bucket, bunch of names. People sign up for 1 minute. They pull your name out, you get 1 minute on stage, and they give you a 10-minute interview. How'd you get started into comedy? How long have you been doing it? Yada, yada, yada. It's a fucking wild ass show. Mind you, I signed up for this show 23 times and I have not been called up. 23 Mondays, I've gone up, don't get called up. So one time, we're all in the back, we're all in the specific area where they keep all the comedians, and this guy, like...
The green room?
I wish. There was not no green room.
I always hear that on podcasts, that's why.
The pits. No, the green room is where Rogan and Tony Hinchcliffe are all hanging out, which is like on the other side of the club. They're in the green room. We're in the pits where they just put like 50 comedians on each side. So it was like 100 and some comedians in total on half and half on these pits. You can't have your phone out. You can't do anything, whatever. I'm there in the corner. This must be like my 16th time trying to go up. Dude next to me just goes like, hey, bro, if you need that work, I got you. Like, he opens up his jacket and he pulls out like a air sealed like quarter of bud. And he's like, oh, you need that work? I got you, whatever. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't smoke, whatever. And then he goes like, yo, what is this? Like, he tells me, what is this? Like, as the show's going on, I'm like, oh, this is a comedy show. Like, it's an open mic. And he's like, oh, damn. And I look at him and he has a wristband, which means he signed up because you only get that wristband if you sign up. So I'm like, but you signed up. He's like, nah, bro, I just saw a bunch of people lined up. So I just thought I could sell them bud. And I was like, what? So whatever. This dude goes and starts rolling up a blunt right next to me inside of this venue. Mind you, it's dark. But I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I've seen this before. Like, he's just there rolling his blunt. And then he starts smoking that shit next to me.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, what in God's name is this guy doing? I'm like, you're not supposed to smoke in here, man. But he don't give a damn. He's too cool. He doesn't care. Bro, reefer all around us. Nobody said nothing. He hit that shit like 3-4
No one
times.
said nothing at all?
Nobody was going to tell him nothing. No one was going to tell him nothing, bro.
That's awesome.
Chief, whatever. He asked me if I wanted. I was like, nah, I'm good, bro. Like, thank you, but no thank you. I saw how way he licked it and all that. I was like, nah, I'm good, bro.
Got disgusted quick.
He goes, gets his fingers, turns it off, puts it in his pocket. That dude gets fucking called up, bro.
Oh,
they
man.
called his name. And I was like, yo, are you serious? Goes on stage and he doesn't even say a joke. He literally goes like, bro, I just saw a bunch of white people standing in line and I came to sell some weed like that. And then the audience is like,
that is hilarious,
like,
though.
dog, is this really happening to me right now? Whatever. The guy, they do the interview part and then Tony Hinchcliffe goes like, all right, so how long have you been doing comedy? And he's like, I told you, like, I just came here to sell weed. Like, that's all I'm, he's like,
are you buying or not? Are you
like, I'm not a comedian. I ain't never done comedy.
Oh, my God.
And this guy and then he cuts off stage. He's like, yo, is this going to be like on anywhere? Like, they're going to put it? I'm like, bro, millions of people watch this shit every week. Like, you are going to be known amongst people. And bro, just, it's a very humbling story that I tell myself that I'm not shit, okay? That a random guy that's just selling weed, doing something with his life better than me, entrepreneuring, got a shot at comedy in a primetime stage, you know? But that was, you can't make that shit up, bro.
No, you cannot. You cannot.
Right next to me.
That's fucking hilarious for sure. Being in that predicament would be hilarious, bro.
I felt like I was Larry David and Curb Your Enthusiasm, bro. That shit was ridiculous.
Love that show. Love that show. Hey, but it's been great, man. For sure. I
Oh
gotta
yeah,
get you
it's been
back on
awesome,
another episode later on. Hopefully when they're here in the playoffs, maybe doing some work in the playoffs, so we could talk some more positivity about them. Or next
sir.
year with your Dolphins winning some games, and hopefully Tua stays healthy, you know?
That's
You
it.
know?
That's it. That's all.
That's all we want. That's all we want.
Just want my boy healthy. That's all.
Try not to get hit by a truck out there.
Yeah. That's it.
Hey, but Cbas, man, let these people know where they can view your stuff or listen to you or whatever, or wherever your social media accounts are.
I think all my social media is the same. Just cbasmattar.com. All my social media is on there: YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Even our little documentary, Respect the Light, that's on there as well. Cbas Mattar, CBAS mattar.com, all together. Everything's on there, bro. Thank you so much for having me on, man. It was super dope to be able to, catch up with you again after so many years of not talking, and great to see you doing what you're doing, bro. Like I really see your shit, man. I push you 100%, man. Whatever you need from me, if you need me to share something, if your guest drops and you ain't got nobody, hey, bro, I'm your guy, man. But super proud of you, man. I'm glad to be seeing you do this sort of thing, man. It's gonna pay big dividends to you.
I appreciate that, bro. Guys, you know where you can follow me on Twitter at GMike Perez, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at GMike Media _. The audio version of the podcast available on all podcast platforms, streaming on YouTube, and now on the VarsitySportsNetwork.org. Cbas, for sure, I'm gonna bring you back on. I appreciate your time, brother. And I know you're a busy guy going out there and going up on these shows, all these open mics and stuff. Keep doing your thing, bro.
Yes,
Remember how we talked about off the air, bro? Progression. Every day, 1% better. You know what it is, baby. You know what it is. Sir. Hey, but I appreciate you, bro.
No doubt, brother.